Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Love Inspiry Space on the internet. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why mistakes are important in your relationship. If you want to know, stick around and let's talk love. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Love Inspiry's YouTube channel. For those who don't know, my name is Angie. I'm the founder of Love Inspiry, where our mission is to build more powerful, transparent, and durable relationships. We do that by workshops, live trainings, all of that good stuff, and of course here on Love Inspiry YouTube. So if you want to join the fam, get some inspiration on relationships and all that good stuff, comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe, but only if you like what you're seeing over here on our space. Before we begin on why making mistakes in your relationship is important, I want to talk about 3 no-nos when it comes to making mistakes in your relationship. But before we get into that, I want to say that all of us make mistakes. All of us are flawed. None of us are prone to doing everything the right way and in the right order. With that being said, I want to encourage people to not just leave their partner out to dry just because they made a mistake in the relationship. I want to remind you guys to make sure that you are showing grace and compassion, the same grace and compassion that you are showing it to your significant other. All right, the first thing that I want to address, a no-no when making mistakes in your relationship, is making the same mistakes over and over and over again. At this point, you are showing your partner that you are not motivated in the relationship, you're not engaged, and you want them now to tolerate this bad behavior as opposed to you changing the behavior. Making the same mistakes over and over again shows your partner that you don't truly care about them, which ultimately means you don't care about the relationship. So when you make a mistake, learn, grow from it, don't make it again. The second no-no to making mistakes in your relationship is to not make sense of your mistakes. Don't try to make it reasonable. Don't try to come up with excuses to your bad behavior. Make the mistake again and learn and grow from it. When you try to make your mistakes illogical and try to reason them out with your partner, you know how sometimes we could say, I didn't mean to do this, or you did this, or you did that, you caused it. You are showing that you have no accountability and that you are prone to make that same mistake again. So just make the mistake, apologize, and move on. And the third no-no when making relationship mistakes is to not let that mistake define the relationship. So you know how sometimes we can have a failure or a setback, and some of us like to have a pity party. Some of us like to cry, woe is me, cry me a river like Justin Timberlake. And this is an absolute no-no in your relationship. You should not let the mistake define the relationship. It happened, and it happened for a reason. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. All right, now I really want to talk about why making mistakes in your relationship is important. As a young wife, for those who don't know, I got married when I was 18 years old, and I made a ton of mistakes, from being aggressive to being abrasive to just saying what I wanted to say, not thinking about how I was impacting my husband. I was straight up crazy. And I made these mistakes, I learned from them, and I grew from them. And ultimately, those same mistakes that I made strengthened our relationship. Now, I'm not here to say that I was the only person making mistakes in our relationship, because like I said, we all make mistakes. However, my mistakes are mine to tell, and my husband's mistakes are his to tell, and you'll probably hear about them on the podcast sometime. So make sure you check that out as well every other Friday. However, mistakes are important in your relationship for the simple reason why mistakes are important in business, in your regular life, whatever the case may be, is you learn from your mistakes. You grow from mistakes. And ultimately, when you grow in your relationship and when you learn from the mistakes in your relationship, you are fostering a connection. You are fostering a conversation. And we all know connection happens through conversation. So when you make a mistake in your relationship, naturally, in order to grow and work through that mistake, you have to talk about it. You have to communicate about it. And when you are communicating about it, you're communicating what went wrong. How did this impact this person? Why did it impact this person? You're talking about all these things, the desires, needs, and wants from the relationship so you can make it better. Ultimately, when you're discussing your needs, when you're discussing your wants, when you're discussing your desires, you are naturally fostering that connection. You are understanding what your partner doesn't want and what they want as well. Ultimately, when you're fostering that connection in your relationship, you're talking about the mistakes that you've made and you're learning and growing from them, you are building endurance in your relationship. You are building strength. You are building your relationship to last. And what I mean by this is your first mistake, your second mistake, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh mistake is not going to be the last mistake. Yeah. Mistakes are going to keep happening in some form and capacity. And when these mistakes happen, because you have grown and learned how to communicate through that first original mistake, you're going to know how to do that in the mistakes that come after that. And that's what's building strength and endurance. It'll get easier along the way. I'm not saying it will be easy, but it will get easier along the way because you've been here before and now you know how to handle it. And this is what happened in my marriage. I'm not saying that we don't go through struggles to this very day, but because of everything that we experienced in our past, it's easy for us to pick back up and move on right now today. All right guys, so that ends today's video. We talked about 3 no-nos when it comes to making mistakes, why making mistakes is important in your relationship. I want to encourage people, like I said earlier in the beginning, to not give up on your partner just because they make a mistake, just because they keep making mistakes. Now again, the same mistakes, that's something different. If you want to talk to me one-on-one about it, feel free to hit me up at www.loveinspiry.com to book a complimentary discovery call where we will only talk about if I'm able to help you with your relationship needs. And I have packages this year, so you can book me for just an hour, you can book me for the month, or for the whole year. I'm here to help. This is my passion. This is my pleasure, y'all.
That's my pleasure.
Love to get people going in the right direction with their relationship. So guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a blessed day.